of options. Yeah, Russell, you see social media, Kane Phillips is really lifting heavy. You on social media? You believe what happens on social media? Absolutely. Really? That's the new thing. Now it makes sense. Yeah. Things you come up with. Like? I'm wondering where you come up with certain things. So now I get it. Fallen behind, Russ. Not going on with the times. Still thinking of Sri Lanka being able to dominate spin and then produce spinners who can wreak havoc. Babar gets another. Gets two this time. I've been saying this for a while, Baz. The last 2-3 years. Playing spin is an issue for Sri Lankan batters. And yes, it was harder. Yes, there was a lot of grip. But surely, 9 wickets for 30 runs. This pitch is... Oh. What do you say? Better say nothing. End of 9, 62 for 1. Very poor start it was from him. Hasaranga. Babar Azam versus Hasaranga. Hasaranga will go to that googly very quickly. But if you bowl that shot, you're going to get punished. A poor delivery, and the result is it's out of here. Oh dear. It's all going wrong for Hasaranga. That length is waiting for the slightly shorter one and hitting. Is waiting for the slightly shorter one and hitting it powerfully. Slightly better length, still slightly short, so the punch down the ground. All been flicker-free for Pakistan. Flicker-free moment, download the flicker-free app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. Oh, the little kid missed the moment. Backs away, then just a back foot defensive. Fahmi Ayub 33. Seems as if wants to just toy with the Sri Lankan bowlers, try and get into their head because everything's under control. Wants to call it straight away for 2, but no. It's P1. Only 45 runs now required. And bidding off the final thought was that it'd be a close game. Sri Lanka had done extremely well in the previous 2 games and came with a winning momentum into the game. But hasn't been so. It's all been Pakistan. They've been the best side in the Tri-Series. But the final has just gone one way. Sri Lanka lost 9 wickets for 30, Baz. If that happens, it can go another way, don't you think? That'll be exciting if that happens. It'll be A great game. 71 for 1, and it is time for drinks.
Welcome back to the final of this Tri-Nation Series. Sri Lanka 19.1 overs bowled out for 114. Pakistan in reply. The halfway mark sitting very good. 71 for 1, requiring 44 of 60. And the bulk of the runs have come courtesy Saim Ayub's boundaries. He's very strong off his legs. That was a class shot. Short delivery picked up. He's dispatched the boundary 6 times so far in his 34. Short to him, and he's acknowledged it with both hands. 25 or 15 between Saim Ayub and Babar Azam. Theekshana to bowl his third. Great start for Pakistan in the first 10. (44-59) Sri Lanka. The only way they can look to hold Pakistan back is pick up wickets. Not one, but they will be required to follow them up as well.
Yeah, the hope is that there can be a slide of the proportions that happened in their innings. But of course, Pakistan have the advantage of knowing what it is that they're chasing, so will be more circumspect in the way they go about things.
You all know how Invex EV goes. As Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV, the Invex Zeo. Drive smart and charge fast. Also, you talk about magnitude of the slide in that middle phase. Pakistan sitting pretty at 72 for 1, so puts them well ahead in the chase. Sri Lanka now got to slip in. Just get one to draw Saim Ayub outside his crease.
As an illustration of where the game was for Sri Lanka at the same stage, they were 84 for 2. That's what they're playing for. Tri-series. And thus far, looks like the home side's well on course. Been the side to beat through the tournament, have put games together and been in some patches well above the other two sides. You feel they've got better actually as they've gone on, as has been the case for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka have had to get better because their start was dire. 73 for 1.
Vigotel has been giving away free handsets. If you make your way down, there's a good gift to get. Speaking about Pakistan have been the side to beat. They've been very good in all facets, multiple match winners, few match winners in the crowd as well. Free Vigotel handsets been given out. Pakistan, you look at the top order scoring runs the previous game, they found themselves 45 for 4 in the power play. Along came the captain with runs. A couple of half centuries, 2 Saibzada Farhan, 1 to Salman Ali Agha, 1 to Babar. Nawaz amongst the wickets, now right up there. Abrar with wickets. Usman Tariq, beg your pardon, picked up that hat-trick. One player of the tournament. That's it. There have been multiple match winners through Pakistan, not heavily reliant on 1 or 2. Bode well with them in terms of the T20 World Cup round the corner. That has stayed low and is very, very straight. That is extremely unfortunate for Saim Ayub. But that does mean his innings will come to a close.
Sri Lanka will stand in the huddle and they'll be kicking themselves, I tell you. Yeah, good playing that. Hasaranga, very good, but helped out a great deal there by the surface. It's just stayed down and no chance of getting back on it. Saim Ayub's 36 runs are very important. They have Pakistan 75 for 2.
Out there, the captain of Pakistan, Salman Ali Agha, got good runs in that previous game. Could not lead his side over the line, got 63. Big partnerships with Usman Khan and Mohammad Nawaz in that chase. Different story tonight, 40 of 51. Said to me at that post-match presentation, as most batters would like, runs in a winning cause.
Yeah, stays down. The length has him back and thinking he can whack that into the onside. Can only laugh. Because if he didn't laugh, he'd cry. But there's no use crying over spilled milk. Gotta be philosophical about it.
Top stuff. Pomya Mangwa, top stuff.
And on a serious note, his job is done. It was to get started here. And yes, it can still happen. But I said they'd be kicking themselves. Sri Lanka should have got more. Inside edge. And then onto the pad. 76 for 2. Googly, intent there on getting to the ball rather than playing with pad, and also looking to account for that low bounce or lack of bounce. Had that bat in front of the pad. It would be an understatement to say he is loved.
Loved of a certain magnitude. How often have you seen a home crowd cheer on a wicket for the home side? Happens all the time. For me, you heard the crowd go up unimaginable proportions to the wicket of Sahibzada Farhan. It wasn't because they were thrilled about anything else, but to see Babar Azam come out.
It's happened every single game. Comfortable enough single. Do you know, on that alone, I'd have him open the batting.
That's a spot to be. And the Tapal Tea Lounge, Pakistan's fans, and the cool, windy evening enjoying Pakistan's finest. You can just imagine the roar from the crowd. Not just that, the magnitude of the pressure it enfolds on the opposition. First runs of Babar Azam's bat. Only a few going around on the world stage have a following of that magnitude, and that's the persona he's created, the runs he's got in the past, and now looking back to regain the numbers that he was once capable of.
We're on TV! And it's PJ who's telling them to, come on, make some noise, like Babar's just gone into bat.
They're the best crowd in Pakistan by some distance. You look at the way the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore is, the National Stadium in Karachi, just here in Rawalpindi, they're so close to the action. Probably the closest in terms of the stadiums available here. It's a smaller ground, it's a fast pitch, a quicker outfield, irrespective of single-digit temperatures. Rawalpindi has been fantastic, so well done.
One more thought on Sri Lanka. We've said, and it's true, they've got better through the tournament. The players who've come through here and some questions answered for them. And as a squad that I'll say has been in flux, really, with chops and changes in terms of personnel. And then also a searching with regard to who it is they want and should use, mainly in the batting side of things, and an attempt to mix experience and talent, youthful talent. It's not quite gone as well as they would like. But under pressure, they've had a few guys score runs, and I think that'll do them the world of good. Didn't quite calculate correctly tonight, and so played too many shots, and that was their downfall.
Yeah, you talk about how good they've been. 2 pressure games in terms of a must-win game against Zimbabwe, and then another one, a must-win against Pakistan. And on both, you felt that they ticked every box. They were good with the ball up front, good with the bat, played that middle period of the game with the bat really well a couple of days ago. Another over takes by Pakistan, 83 for 2. Pakistan 83 for 2, required another 32 in the last 7 overs. Hasaranga, who picked up Saim Ayub in the previous over, is here to bowl his final. The one thing they need to be really careful of, the one that just skids along. No real bounce every now and then.
Yeah, Hasaranga is their champion. And what they want here is what it did in the previous game, which is just break the partnership again, take another wicket, and you just delay things a little bit to give them a chance. Shot, beautifully played. Really had to reach out, Salman, to get to that, and then picks out the gap perfectly. And it puts pressure on Hasaranga as it races away for 4.
Picks it up on the full. That was important. His reach that has allowed him to do that. A fine stroke. A good run maker. More importantly, picks out gaps. Very quick on his feet as well.
Nice top comeback.
Once again, the fans have thoroughly enjoyed themselves. The action as well as Vigotel, giving out free handsets to the crowd.
There's a necessity for belief here, even though it looks like at a canter Pakistan will get there. Sri Lanka, with each bowler that comes on, have to try to delay this as much as possible. It happened in the previous game. If you can take it to the final over, how many ever required, say, and they'll take it.
सीखो, ऐप डाउनलोड करो, स्टेप समझो और घर बैठे ही ऑनलाइन ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस बना लो। इंस्टॉल नाउ पे क्लिक करो और अभी सीखो, ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
They probably can, because it can stay down on this pitch.
For 2.
He's done now. One into Hasaranga, 1 for 31 from his 4. And that's his 1. That's for Saim Ayub. The turn to the ump was cursory.
Pakistan 90 for 2 and required 25. Dushmanta Chamira, who bowled a magical spell a couple of nights ago. Can he do one better? The first couple of overs only gone for 8. He was phenomenal with landing the Yorkers. Remember, defended 10 of the last over. Lanka Lanka won by 6. They got the Yorkers pinpoint. It is here and it is now. It is Neelofer, the most anticipated film in cinema since yesterday. The combination that has worked and worked really well. Fawad Khan and Myra Khan. You can get your tickets now.
Hasn't really stayed down for the seamers. And so this from Dasan Chanaka to go to Chamira he's going to a wicket taker, form bowler, needs to break it open. Nice. It's been on song. Yeah, just in a bog standard run up. Off stump on the length. I hope something happens for you. There's also, though, slower deliveries. They've gripped on here, and I wonder if he can just get one on the length. And Salman, who's in decent touch, might feel he can get it away.
At the moment, Pakistan in ones and twos. You never know. It is a funny game, but the odds massively in the favor of Pakistan because they've got 8 wickets in hand. They've got 2 men on the crease who are probably the best batters technically for Pakistan. One thing Sri Lanka will look at is Chamira versus Babar Azam in the series. Bowled once, LBW once, both times just the ball that just jags back off a length. Can he pick him up again?
Just felt in the previous game when he came back, seemed to try and go faster and faster for a little period rather than take pace off. And fortunately, because things have been going well for him, he managed to kind of address that, whether it was from a suggestion from whoever alongside him, but he did shift, and when he did, kind of got a hold of the scoring once again, and they were back in the game. Been a good over this one. What would cap it up for them would be a W.
Perfect placement. Top stuff from the Pakistan skipper. It's a 4 to close the over. Pakistan require 18. 97 for 2.
He's been so good at picking out the gaps, Salman Aliaga, and he's picked another out there. Pace on, gives himself some room, and just guides it into the gap. 4 precious runs that get them ever closer to that trophy.
It's a tremendous gallery. A lot of people in to watch Pakistan sail and win this. Within touching distance now. 18 of 30 balls, and I've got Russell Arnold here with me. Russell, Sri Lanka's out cricket has to be questioned, especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs. To be questioned. especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs, to be questioned, especially the batting to be questioned, especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs, to be questioned, especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs, to be questioned, especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs, to be questioned, especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs, to be questioned, especially the batting after being 81 for 1 after 10 overs. They felt the
Winners. And it's not the first time. We've seen it happen. Time and time again. The change in gears, the change in approach.
There's a strong appeal, right, and given by the umpire. They feel, including the umpire, that the ball hit the pad. And back later, right? What's going to happen now?
I think he's gone. He's reviewed it. TV umpire to director. We have a review for LBW. On-field decision is out. I have checked the feet. It's a fair delivery. Start with the front on, please. Ball is close to the pad and the bat as well. So let's confirm with ultra edge, please. Roll it back. Now roll forward. One more frame. Gap between bat and ball. Gap between ball and pad. And then ball hits on the pad. Now one more frame, please. Yes, satisfied. There is a bat involved. SN. You need to reverse your original decision. You are on screen now.
Would have been a great call if that had hit the pad first, because usually the umpires miss the trick. But in the end, the replay, they are confirming that it was just the bat and not the front pad.
Strange one. A lot of things happened because the bat hit the pad, so there was an issue. But Salman Aliaga had walked towards the pavilion. That's what confused me.
Nana is he's gone! I thought it was a half striker and put away to the fence. Shanika takes a very good catch. It was a sharp catch hit out of the middle of the bat, and so a wicket has gone down.
Can you believe it? A wicket, a maiden T20 international wicket for Pavan Ratnayaka. And when you think of the wickets that have fallen, even Hasalanga's wicket was a rank short ball. So was this. Sri Lanka have got Salman Aliaga, the captain. Pakistan are 98 for 3. In. Oh geez, just about to bounce the second time, and he gets a wicket. Now he doesn't have a wicket in T20s, Pavan Ratnayaka. In fact, he's just got the one wicket in first class cricket.
Looking at how he's bowled so far, I think his potential to end up with one wicket only in his career. Well, that's put away for at least a single. Will be a single, and 100 comes up for Pakistan.
But how do you look at it? He's got a wicket. His economy rate much better than Hassan how much Dasun Shanaka needed that part-time spinner in these conditions.
16 done, 100 for 3. Never had enough on the board. Sri Lanka, after a promising start, they threw away the advantage, and Pakistan clearly now in the driver's seat. 15 of 24. Oh, that's a beauty. That really is a top quality delivery. Ball gripped and spun.
This is why we always keep saying, or you keep thinking, you've got to grind your way to a score that your bowlers can work it. 130, 135 would have been massive. Even with Pakistan just 3 down at this stage, you should never throw the towel in when you're batting.
It's pretty mindless stuff, actually. Any top-tier team would have played it differently. As we're talking off air, that it's about understanding the situation. It's about reading the game awareness. You know what the conditions are forcing or telling you to do. All it needed was just careful maneuvering of the ball during that phase.
And when spinners are operating and they're getting something, another thing you need to read is what's coming out of the bowler's hand. Not try to play off the pitch. It's a little too late. Means Sri Lanka need to work on the skill of working the gaps. Once you start doing that, things tend to fall in place rather than just the big shot. It's not just here, it's been over a period of time that the batters have struggled against the spin.
Khan could have played, actually. And they had to make that call looking at the pitch. Straight away, it felt like a spinner's paradise. Sri Lanka playing with the same 11. And obviously now short on spin options. Inanta is an all-rounder. He's a leg spinner. He could have been preferred. I don't know. I mean, there's little tuning that you need looking at the conditions.
And sometimes, Ramesh, a pitch will start in a certain way, like we're seeing the seamers came on nicely, and when you started taking pace off, it was different. When the game changes like that, it's all right to reassess your target as well. 170, Dasun Shanaka told you at the toss. Come the 7th, 8th over, the batters in the middle should have understood 150 and made sure you got there, which you could have.
That's a wee bit dangerous, driving the ball straight back to the bowler on a surface like this where the balls are at times gripping, not coming off the surface. Need a wicket or two here, Sri Lanka, to make it an interesting end. 20 balls, 13 to get.
2 balls for Teekshana. He's wicketless today. Pakistan cricket on the up. The team looking solid, looking like options. Yet conditions change. They had the options, Ramesh. You look at the game they lost against Sri Lanka. They batted deep. So you look at various areas. It's about strength. They seem to have that, found that.
– 17 overs have been bowled, 104 for 3. The other good thing about Pakistan's squad is that most of them have had a go in match situations, so they've really not been benched completely. That's gone up in the air. Now another one will fall here. That's easily taken. Fakhar Zaman once again rushed into playing that lofted shot. I don't know why, because all Pakistan need at this stage is singles and safe batting.
I think it's playing on his mind. He's never hit a six against Sri Lanka, which is very unusual. Even the previous game he's tried, Shanaka caught him. And here again, can you believe it? Pavan Ratnayaka's got a second wicket. Fakhar Zaman's gone for 3, 104 for 4.
Best of 52 for Usman Khan. Strike rate of 121. Strike rate is not needed at this stage. Pakistan 11 away from the target of 17 balls. Batsman in Babar Azam is a good player of spin bowling. Ratnayaka 2 for 3. Coming and helping Sri Lanka out with a couple of blows.
They bowl leg breaks early. Now off spin.
Shanaka has a safe pair of hands. That's his second catch of the evening. And a second low score for Fakhar Zaman against Sri Lanka.
Mentioned Kamil Mishara, bit of everything. He's taken the gloves earlier as well.
That's a punchy start from Usman.
Kusal Mendes off the park for the moment. 10 to get. Extra fielder on the offside.
He hits the ball extremely hard. Just the other night he hit a 104 meter 6. Like his energies, always focused. Mendes Nas come back into the playing arena as a fielder. No, it's not working. That's an easy ball to hit for Babar Azam.
I think he bowled that on purpose. He got a wicket earlier, but his ball is to Babar. He's aware of the situation and he's always looked to get low and hit it into gaps. That's what he does.
So strike away from winning this. Pakistan 4 needed. Drives elegantly for a run. 18 overs have been bowled, 4 down for 112.
it's a no ball watch. It's not a no ball. 112 for 4.
Pakistan played a lovely hand, prepared a pitch that suited their options. No dramas in the run chase. They've increased their options in the spin department particularly. Nawaz has led the field with accurate bowling. What a season he's had as an all-round cricketer, Nawaz. Nobody has left the stadium. They're waiting for a strike here from Babar Azam. Works it away for another single.
You've got to say they played really well, Pakistan, from all aspects of the game. But for this final to go this way, Sri Lanka only themselves to blame. You cannot lose 9 wickets for 30, especially from being in a position of 81 for 1 after 10.
In fact, in the circle. Any processing from Sri Lankan squad 11, Russell? Would you think moving forward? Smishar obviously stunned us with his potential.
Oh, breath of fresh air, the way he plays, the power. Well, that middle order needs to get stronger. Options available, I guess, Charita Salanka, who went back. Coming to Mendy's a good strike. He's just lost a bit of form, so I see him coming back. And then as the T20 World Cup is in India and Sri Lanka, in terms of the conditions.
Here we go, another chance that's glided away for a run, so scores are level.
Sri Lanka can go ahead with this type of balance. Nuwan Tushara is in the squad as a seamer. And if coming to Mendy in Sri Lanka, they give you that extra spin overs if you do need. So it's not too far away, Sri Lanka, from where they could be, but Deekshana's form does worry me. Wicketless in most games, and you'd like some more impact from him. So Vijaykanth, Vyaskant might be, but now it's all about Pakistan needing one.
Gets them home with a cracking cut shot. That without any drama, full house viewed how good Pakistan have been this year. Only to make it to the final. 3 on the bounce for them was just a little bit tough. But anyway, it's about Pakistan and it's about their home season and how covered now in most areas. But you see, Farhan Saabzada who's
They've got better. They got better. This team needs is their approach to be consistent. Not hot and cold, the same intensity, the quality, skill, never in doubt. And how they played throughout these couple of months, even leading up to this tri-series, should give them that direction and belief that this is what they need to do to be real competitors. against any opposition.
Yeah, as they say, winners are grinners. And so winning makes matters so much smoother. A typical Babar Azam cut shot, and Pakistan win this quite comfortably. Chairman and company are very happy because the start of the season was just a little bit tough, and you're absolutely right. Right as they advanced, it became a lot more smoother, the ride. Fans loved every bit of what they produced in white ball cricket. It'll make Salman Ali Agha a stronger captain also. Farhan 23 on a tough pitch, then Saim Ayub 36 of 33, and that was clearly the highlight of this run chase because the opening partnership meant a great deal in this run chase on a tough pitch, on a tricky pitch. Babar Azam 37 not out, Salman Ali Agha 14 of 14, Fakhar once again failing against Sri Lanka. He's failed twice now in 2 matches against them, and surprisingly hasn't hit a 6 in T20Is against Sri Lanka, which is massively strange. 118 for 4 then.
Yeah, not enough runs. We always felt that maybe 25-30 short. Dikshana wicketless, but he needed to be at his best. And Hasaranga, surprisingly, not able to get his lengths right. But Pawan Ratnayaka, 2 wickets for him. He's never got a T20 wicket previously.
Fire straight away. They needed with the new ball up has been a cause of pain for the Sri Lankans. It's a good, decent opening partnership. Hasaranga was just a little bit off boil also. I think that is where Sri Lankans were hurt as well. And then things started to happen. A couple of blows, a wild swing at that one from the right-hander, Farhan Sahibzada, and then it was the wicket of Saim Ayub, who once again thrilled the audience with his big shots.
And even from a batter's point of view, when you don't have a big score to chase, you don't take too many chances, because if there was, those balls keeping low would have caused more problems. Managed ways, but Babar Azam, he stuck to one end and made sure Pakistan got home. Couple of long hops getting wickets. Zaman. There you go. Chanaka catching him for the second time in 3 days.
A half trigger put away for 4, then a cut shot hits the fence in no time, and Pakistan winning this quite comfortably in the end by 6 wickets. Sri Lanka 114, all out in 19.1 overs. Wickets for Nawaz, Shaheen, Abrar and Siam. Mishara, the top scorer. Very impressive outing in this Tri-Nations for him. Pakistan then over the last match presentation.